Kevin Warren, president of Xerox USA. Kevin, the message today was reinvention, and you talked about change, and I love the word that you used, disruption, because often when we hear that word disruption, we don't think of anything positive, but you twisted that around a little bit for us today.
Yes, absolutely. We wanted to talk about the positive aspects of what change can bring and how disruption sometimes can be positive. And we want to be on the side of doing the disruption versus being disrupted. So, the key issues are not being intimidated by change, but seeing the opportunities, because risk and opportunities normally arrive together. That's number one. Secondly is change is going to be everywhere, no matter what sector you're in, whether you're a big company, a small company, private sector, public sector. The rate of change is really going fast, so let's not be intimidated by it. Let's embrace it and use it to our advantage. And then finally, I kind of talked about some of the things you can do to make sure that change is sustainable, making sure that people embrace it, that your culture doesn't go against it. And then if you leverage all those things, you can make your organization that much more competitive going forward.
One of the things you said, that culture eats strategy for breakfast, if I understood that correctly, meaning that, as I interpreted that, you need to understand your environment that you're working in, and if you don't assess that properly, you're certainly not going to succeed.
Absolutely. Peter Drucker had that quote, culture eats strategy for breakfast. You're right. And basically what it says is you can have the most amazing strategy you think is brilliant in the boardroom, but if the people in your organization don't embrace it, if they don't see what's in it for them, you will fail miserably. Conversely, if your strategy is maybe 80% of that brilliance, but it connects with the people, that you know how to communicate, that you manage that, and they see that as an enabler, then you'll be wildly successful.
What's your personal positive script that you use to maintain and achieve your goals and aspirations during these times, or what some describe as trying times?
Well, I try to look at things through not through the rearview mirror, but through the windshield. Mm-hmm. So the fact that things have maybe failed before, or things aren't great from the status quo, I'm always looking ahead. And secondly is I'm playing to win. I'm playing offense. I'm not playing defense. And so that's where changing things, they can kind of they can level the playing field. So then how can I leverage that? How can my organization leverage that? How can we be more nimble than the competition and use change as an advantage versus being consumed by it?
I was fascinated by some of the business ventures that Xerox was engaged in. Xerox obviously is now a noun as well as a business, and I was surprised at all of the diversity. You talked about, I love what you said, I'm on offense, I'm playing to win, and I'm looking ahead. And so in doing that, your portfolio has grown in a way that I bet people wouldn't know.
Absolutely. So, one of the beautiful things about having a strong brand such as Xerox, everybody knows Xerox, and the brand has been valued at $7 billion. On the flip side of that is a static view of what the company is. And if the company is dynamic, then you have to update people's mental model of what Xerox is. So yes, we are copiers and printers and all that, but so much more. We're managing business processes, we're managing document processes, we're managing IT processes. We're on the go.
And being on the go, obviously, as an entrepreneur in the startup nation, and we had a competition here today. What's your advice to those who you deal with on a regular basis, who are trying to sell to Xerox, for example, or entrepreneurs in general who have a vision and may find themselves muddy on their execution, which is what you feel is key to everything? Well,
entrepreneurial spirit is very important, whether you're running your own company, one-person company, a small company, or a large company. So I applaud all of us need to have a little bit of that entrepreneurial spirit. But you can have a great strategy, you can have a great business, you can have a great invention. If you don't execute, then you will fail miserably. So making sure that you balance the ideas and the enthusiasm of being an entrepreneur with making sure you have the rigor and discipline of managing the key metrics to make sure you're successful.
I mean, that is it in a nutshell, right? Basically, you got to get it done.
You have to get it done. And getting it done is a very important trait, and it's the difference between winning and losing.
and you told me you're here to win, and you
right.
play to win.
That's right. That's right. I'm in it to win it.
Well, Kevin, we certainly appreciate the time you spent with us. We want to get with you to spend some more time with you, and certainly we will. But we appreciate you spending some time with us here at the program.
It's been my pleasure. I've been absolutely delighted to chat with you for a few minutes.
Kevin Warren, President, Xerox USA. Great to have met you.
Thank you. Pleasure's mine.